Alright YouTube, in this video I'm going to show you how to install an axle seal in a OBS Ford F250, F350. It'll be a Sterling 10 1/4 rear axle. I'm just going to get started with the video. Right, we got an axle seal to address. So this is the axle shaft has to come out, and then we got to get the hub off. Alright, you can see this takes a special socket. A lot of the time guys will be tempted to take a chisel and try to drive the nut off that way. I suggest you just go and buy the socket. They're like 20 bucks. There you go. Now we just got to slide the hub off. So we're just going to use a pry bar and tap it lightly. And we're going to work our way around. Now I can get my seal puller under it. So there you go. Now's a good time to inspect the bearings and the races. You're going to look to see if there's any radial grooves, and this bearing's excellent. We're just going to clean up it up a little. And take a look at the race. There's no pitting. Just clean this up. So we're in great shape. My seal driver set, this is more for big trucks, class 6, 7, 8 stuff. This is a little bit too big to fit in this seal comfortably. So I'm going to see if I can use it this way and get the seal started straight. Another point to make, this coating on here actually acts as a seal. Most of the seals don't require anything extra. I'm going to jump up to a bigger size. I just want this seal to be flush. There we go. While this is apart, you always want to inspect your spindle for damage and the sealing surface, depending on the type of seal. And we're just going to give this a quick cleanup so we don't have any dirt in our new seal. Alright, so you can see there's actually a witness line where the seal has worn. If that's deeply grooved, you're going to want to put a sleeve on it, potentially. We got some rust back here, but that's not going to affect our seal. Alright, I've lightly lubricated the spindle and the seal area with some fresh gear oil. We're just going to slide it back on there. You see there's a notch in your spindle that corresponds with this notch in the bearing. I'm just going to get this started by hand, and then we'll tighten it up with the tool. So I like to tighten them up to preload the bearings, and then we'll back it off and check what our specification is. Well, the service literature I could find says to tighten this up to 55 to 65 foot-pounds and back it off an 8th turn. Don't take that as gospel. I'll tell you to look it up on your own in a manual, because what you're working on might vary from this one. So there, we've backed it off basically an 8th turn. And it spins freely. The other thing that's noteworthy, I'm not going to get to this today, but you'll want to top off the oil in your rear differential. And since we're working on the passenger side, after the axle shaft's installed, you're going to want to raise the driver's side up just about as high as you can to allow oil to come back into these bearings. So if you just go driving, it's going to take a while for it to circulate out the tube and into here. So you want to raise that side of the truck and let the oil drain over. You want to make sure there's no crud on your axle shaft. Just keep it clean, slide it right back in. There is an O-ring. There's an O-ring right there that it seals on. This one's in fair shape, so I'm gonna let it ride. Alright, so there you have it. We've got our axle seal installed. The only thing I didn't show in the video was torquing the axle flange bolts. I don't remember the spec off the top of my head, so you guys will have to look that up. We were working on the passenger side, so if memory serves me correctly, the driver's side spindle nut is reverse thread. You'll want to make sure of that if you're doing both sides. I hope that helps someone out. Thanks a lot.